Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future. We are on to week number 5 here of the 1962 season. And today, both my teams, the Bears and the Broncos, are playing each other. So therefore, it will be a simulated game. And I'll set that up in just a minute when we get past this screen. And I will watch my two teams battle it out. Hard to pick who to root for. I mean, I'm a Bears fan more than a Broncos fan, so therefore I want the Bears to win. But the Broncos, if they lose, will go down to 2-3, and that's not a great place to be in, especially since the Chargers and Dallas Texans are both 4-0. There you take a look at the passing yards allowed. The Broncos have serious problems of getting no pass rush ever. So it could be a good day for Billy Wade. It is in Denver, so they got that going for them. They are in orange. This is their second home game. And the Bears, of course, I couldn't change their uniform, but they're not much off. I mean, basically the C is orange instead of white. And they're wearing the navy blue pants instead of all white. Hey, Vinny. And look at the comments are working again. That's like 4 straight games. Exciting news. Johnny Morris averaging 23.3 yards return so far. Let me make sure this gets to simulation. Afraid to hit the X button because I don't want to kick off. There we go. All right. Let's see what happens, huh? Denver kicks it off. Bivens will return it. So all that talk about Morris, and Bivens is the one that actually returns it. And he gets out to the 29-yard line. Out comes Billy Wade. 827 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 62.4% completion percentage. Of course, at least 4 of those interceptions came against the Green Bay Packers. So he's having a good season if you take away the one loss where they got dominated by the Packers. Quick start to week 5 as if you were following on the Terrors 89 channel, you saw week 4 just ended yesterday. It's going to be a quick start and maybe a quick finish as the Giants, Cowboys, and Rams are all on byes, and then my two teams are playing each other. So 5 teams will be done after this game. There's Lee, Jones, Pyle, Cadilla, and Witoska across the line. Gallimore and Caceres are your backs. Morris, Farrington, the receivers, and Big Iron Mike Ditka as the tight end. So with all the byes, you have John M. will just have 1 game. The Terrors 89 channel only has 1 team in action. Both of the Vinny X Wolf teams are in actions, however. Don Joyce, Bud McFadden, and Ike Lassiter across the line for the Broncos. Jim Frazier, Wahoo McDaniel, Tom Erlinson, and Bill Rohnhelt. Zeman and Gonsolin, the big guys in the center. McMillan and McGeever are the corners. And the Broncos did show you a 3-4. They have been throwing some 3-4 in there. But, of course, this is simulation, so I'm not sure if the coach will continue that trend or if he'll just go straight 4-3 the whole game. So that is short. Wade hits Ditka, but he goes out of bounds before picking up the first down. It's a little bit upsetting, and the Bears will have to punt. Yes, if you are watching this in the replay and you are not looking at the comments for whatever reason, Vinny points out that because of the lack of actual games to bring you, we're going to go ahead and do 2 bonus games. After this, I'm done. These are both of my teams, so I'm going to go ahead and bring a bonus game to you guys, the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings, 2 teams the Bears are very interested in. And Vinny, of course, will still bring you his weekly bonus game, and that one is the Oakland Raiders and Green Bay Packers. 2 teams going in opposite directions, although their records are not far apart so far in 62. There's a 2-yard carry. They go with, out of all the backs, the Broncos give the ball to. Johnny O gets it sometimes, and they decide to start with him. There's one of the games that was eligible for bonus, Arizona and San Francisco, but they just played like 2 weeks ago. It was intriguing to pick that one because that will be for first place, but and the Cardinals are one of the few undefeated teams, but I just couldn't make that a bonus game after they just were. And the Cardinals kicked the crap out of the 49ers, so it wasn't even competitive. Oh, well, it's actually showing me 2 viewers. Oh, there's a completion to... All right, so the Broncos' game plan to beat the Bears is obviously to use 00, who is represented in Madden 18 as number 10. And they get a first down out of it. There's Donnie Stone going nowhere. There's a big one. Dallas, Texas at 4-0, visiting the Baltimore Colts at 3-1. And the Colts' only loss was a stunning heartbreaker. Wrong button push, I believe, against the Chargers. So they will want some revenge against the AFC West, but they're going to have to take on an even better team to do it. On this channel, you guys remember the Broncos coming up 1 point short against the Dallas Texans last week, and that was frustrating. Len Dawson has been on fire. I believe he leads the league in passer rating right now. Trapuka, 3rd and 6, gets protection, but then just throws it wildly out of bounds. And the Broncos will punt. Take a look at my 2 defenses showing up so far. The offenses have not. And fair catch is forced. Good coverage by the Broncos there. And out comes Willie Gallimore and the Chicago Bears. Another thing that you wouldn't see if the Bears uniforms was right are the names on the back of the jerseys. So let's see how they perform when everyone can see their name right there on the jersey. Gallimore gets a short carry there. He has 98 yards last week, 481 yards on the season. Good enough to keep him in the top 5, barely. I think he's number 5 right now. Of course, Charlie Toller from the Houston Oilers leads the league. And up to Gallimore again, a spin move, that doesn't fool anyone. So far, the Bears have not been too much for the Broncos. I don't know if that's good or bad. Billy Wade's going to tuck it and run and stiff arm his way for a first down. Oh. Might have to throw that into my playbook. I'm not usually a running and stiff arming kind of guy with Billy Wade. But it worked there. So the offense has it 1st and 10. There's a fake to Caceres. Billy Wade rolls right, and then he tucks it again. He's going to run again and take a shot. Gets another 9 yards, though. 17 carries off of after 9-yard gain there. And the assistant coach is in charge. I see what the assistant offensive coach wants to do is he clearly wants to run Billy Wade more. Here's a handoff to Caceres, and he gets just enough for the first down. The Broncos come into this game with no injuries. The Bears have just the one, Eddie Obradovich. However, I heard before the game he really wanted to play. The doctor said just not quite yet, but he will be ready for next week. So fingers crossed, no injuries in this game, and next week I will have both teams at full health, which would be amazing. Gallimore just slams into McFadden there. Brings up a 3rd and 7. The only thing that's been working is Billy Wade running. Let's see if he does it again. Drops back. Now he's going to throw it. That's complete to Gallimore, and he will get the first down before getting out of bounds. So Billy Wade has 17 yards running, 16 yards passing. The Bears at 3-1 in front of the rest of the division, who are all at 2-2. So yeah, for that reason, I'm definitely rooting for the Bears. I was a little bit unsure just because the Broncos falling to 2-3 does not sound good, but I do not want the Bears to be in this huge muddled pile of crap. I mean, I'm going to show you the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings, so that means somebody's winning that game and going to 3-2. And on the Vinny X Wolf channel, you'll see the Packers, and I've played the Packers and the Raiders. I would be completely shocked if the Packers do not destroy the Raiders in that game. I mean, maybe it'll be like a 10-point game, but the Packers are going to win that game. So that means the Packers and whoever wins my game, my bonus game, are both going to be 3-2. So the Bears need to go ahead and win this one. Billy Wade's going to run again. He needs to not hurt himself. I mean, enough is enough. That's actually a sack as he never got back to the line of scrimmage. Ooh, a 45-yarder. His limit is 46. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for joining. This is week 5 of 1962, and that kick is good. Obviously, I am such a bad field goal kicker. My limit's 46, but the computer could probably make a 50 with my guys. Yeah, this is both my teams, as you probably know by now, Bears and Broncos. So we have a simulation for you, and right now the Bears are on top of the Broncos, 3-0. Mingo on the return out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Ryan, as you can see, the comments are actually showing up, and they have for the last 3 games that we've done on Vinny's channel and Tears 89 channel. So I think it's fixed. And maybe the notifications are working as well. Awesome. Could be good news all the way around. There's a handoff to Mingo. Bill George just hit him so hard that they both fell backwards. And it was a 4-yard gain for Mingo. This is just the start of week 5, so you only miss 4 weeks, I guess. But this could be a quick week, as there's 3 of the teams are on bye. Strapuka on the play action, fires down the middle, and Lionel Taylor comes up with a nice grab in front of Rosie Taylor. Indeed, the Vinny X Wolf channel has the playlist for all of 1960, 1961, and 1962. In fact, I can't watch it work because I'm pretty sure that would get me fired, but I can listen without problem, just like I could listen to music or whatever. And one of the days I was bored, I actually went back to the 1960 playlist and listened to the first games, and it's kind of interesting to see how things have changed. I mean, obviously we've gotten better at playing the game, but also better at talking through the game as well. There's that nice catch by Lionel Taylor. Probably the play of the quarter so far as the Broncos are concerned. For the Bears, it would have to be the Billy Wade runs, but he's done it too often. I don't want him getting hurt. Trapuka from the shotgun. Steps up, fires, hits Frazier, and that's down to the 31-yard line. Trapuka off to a 4 of 5 start. Now Frazier, a 12-yard reception. And when I play with these two teams, I consider the Bears a much better team on both sides of the ball than the Broncos, but we're in a tight game here. Anything can happen. And I'm down to one viewer, apparently. Trapuka from the shotgun. He will turn and fire it towards the Bears' sidelines. Somebody talking crap over there. Trapuka tried to get him in the noggin, but he was a little inaccurate there.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Trapuka will now just hand it. Oh my God! There's a thunderous hit, and Johnny O fumbles the football, but the tackle Sturm able to pick it up. Look at this hit by Bill George. Oh! Ball comes out. Nobody knows where it is. Number 72 does. Picks it up and saves the day for the Broncos. And now, oh my goodness, a 53-yard attempt from Mingo. I don't see him hitting this. Bill George yelling at somebody. And, oh my God, wow. So the computer is clearly 10 times better than I am, or there's ridiculous wind. Because the Bears made their field goal in the first quarter, which means they've switched. Maybe both teams have gotten the wind on their side. But there's no way I can make from even over like 47 with either of these kickers. So to hit from 53, kind of amazing. I fully admit that I am one of the worst kickers of anyone that plays Madden. Definitely of the 4 people in Back to the Future. But just don't know that I'm 10 yards worse than the computer, so I think there might be a little bit of wind. Billy Wade drops back and takes a sack. Joyce. I'll tell you what, the Broncos are surprising me so far. So how do I feel? I feel like the Bears might not be as good as I think they are. And on the other side, as the Broncos, I think I need to stop whining about the lack of talent and just play better, because they're sticking with the Bears here. Okay, McGeever and Iron Mike getting into it. 3rd and 13. Billy Wade's only thrown 1 incompletion, and yet they keep punting. He spreads them out with 5 wides. He's going to take off and run yet again and take a shot, but gets across the 35 for the first down. Oh, no, what? I thought for sure he didn't slide. Why don't they give him forward momentum on this? He's got to get... I guess he did have to get to the 36. I'm still... They are going to challenge. Okay, I'm still surprised. It seemed like he got it. Sack? What are you talking about? It was like a 12-yard gain. I think he's across the 36. Number 54 was trying to kill Billy Wade. Luckily, he missed. Luckily for Billy Wade, I mean. My gosh. That was Wahoo McDaniel. All right, there you go. That he did get up to the 36-yard line. That is a first down. Billy Wade showing a lot of heart, but maybe too much, as we have a whole season to play here, buddy. Billy Wade's going to take off again and run right in to Joyce, so Joyce gets his second sack. Billy Wade needs to calm down and stay in the pocket and start throwing the ball. Hand off to Gallimore, and he makes one man miss, another man miss, and gets a nice gain up to the 44-yard line. That's definitely Gallimore's best run of the day. Brings up a 3rd and 1. It's as if I've been suspended and I can't call or do anything as the coach of the Bears. And I'm just screaming, like, knock it off, stop letting Billy Wade run the football. I mean, they should be able to beat the Broncos without having to resort to Billy Wade running around like an idiot. But, I mean, so far, it's been an even game. I also couldn't take Trapuka going down. The backups, well, the backup for the Broncos is just ridiculously horrible. But even the backup for the Bears is still a big step down from Billy Wade. No, Bob Kraft does, he goes to places I just don't go to. Like to stay out of possible bad situations. If you stay away from the bad situation, then you're less likely to, you know, commit something bad. Johnny O with another carry. So I might need to use him more. That's what the Broncos assistant coach is showing me here. Usually use him about the 3rd most behind Stone and Mingo, but he is getting the bulk of the carries today and been effective. Here's Donnie Stone. He has been terrible. Only 2 carries, though. There you see the Raiders are 1-3. The Packers are 2-2, and they will be coming to you live from the Vinny X Wolf channel on what day, Vinny? I forgot already. There's Trapuka and Scarpedo, who is tied for the lead league in receptions, but has not found the end zone yet. 24-yard completion there. And the Broncos are threatening to take the lead. And off to Mingo, runs into his own man. And Mingo and Stone are showing that using Johnny O today was definitely the right choice. Trapuka now with 5 wide. Hit as he throws it, and the ball goes harmlessly to the ground. Big Doug Adkins messed that play up. Tuesday morning, that's right. Tuesday morning is the Packers and Raiders. And then Tuesday night is the Bills Steelers. So double header. Oh, Trapuka puts it to Taylor in the end zone for the touchdown. Nice throw, even better catch. And the Broncos take the lead. And the cameraman gets right in the face. Trapuka, nice throw. Taylor goes up, holds on. It's a pretty terrific play from the Broncos, and they take the lead 9-3. Mingo will come on to make it 10-3. Oh, I forgot George Shaw was on the team. So even if Trapuka got hurt, George Shaw's not horrible. Not as bad as they have had in prior years. So the backups for both teams are decent, capable, but just definitely step downs from Trapuka was a Pro Bowler in the 1962 AFL, and Billy Wade is a pretty solid quarterback himself. There's Fortunato and Wade, but they show you the stats of Gallimore. There's Gallimore. That's why. Billy Wade drops back, and he will toss it right to the Denver Broncos, Roland. Wow. All that running around and taking hits, and now his arm doesn't work. I'll tell you what, I almost want to simulate the rest of the Broncos games, as they're playing way better than when I play with them. On the other hand, I cannot wait to get control back of the Bears. Trapuka will hand it to Mingo. And Bill George. George is playing well, but the rest of the Bears, not so much. Trapuka now from the shotgun. Oh, here comes the screen pass. Complete to Stone, and he'll get the first down and more inside the 10 and inside to the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. Perfect screen called at the perfect time. Trapuka with his second touchdown pass in the last minute. And the Broncos all over the Bears here in Denver. 16-3. How about that? This is the first meeting every 4 years. Basically, they will play each other, and I'll have to do this. But I have not had to do it yet, so this is the first time. Vinny, of course, since he has two teams in the AFC, the Bills and the Colts, he's already had to do this, I think, 3 times, and all 3 times the Colts have won that game. But if you haven't heard, we are going to be expanding as the league expands. Oh, my God. Wade completes it to Morris, and then was that Goose or was that Zeman? I think it was Zeman that laid out Morris. He fumbles the football. The Broncos recover it. Wade on the run, puts the ball on the money to Morris. Bam! Zeman just takes his head off. Ball comes out. And the Broncos are in business again. That's 2 turnovers for the Bears in back-to-back drives. And the Broncos have a chance to put a stranglehold on this game. 17-3 already. Hand off to Stone. He will get nowhere. 3 carries for -3 yards. The passing game is what's been working for the Broncos. Trapuka from the shotgun here. But he'll give it to Mingo, who makes one man miss, but that's it. 6 carries, just 2 yards for Mingo. So Mingo and Donnie Stone on 9 carries have a combined total of -1 yard. But the Broncos lead by 2 touchdowns because of the running of Johnny O and the arm of Frank Trapuka. Play action to Mingo. Mingo picks up the Doug Atkins, who was not blitzing, but beat his man who was coming to the quarterback. Mingo took him out, allowed Trapuka time to throw. He did throw it out of bounds. Sorry, the league expansion, yes. So Terrors 89 channel, you'll see not only the Cowboys and Browns as you have for the first 2 seasons, but this year he has also controlling the Rams. Mingo puts that through, just barely, but it did go through. It's 20-3, and so that's a 9th human control team. And then in 66, when the league expands, Vinny will keep both the Colts and Bills, but he will add duties of running the Atlanta Falcons, and on this channel I will add the Miami Dolphins. And then I think it's 68 when the Saints come into the league, then John M will add them. So by 68 we'll have 12 human teams running. So give you a chance to see every team in the league multiple times. That's the main reason why Tears went with the Rams now instead of waiting for a team to come into the league. I think he's actually going to switch to the Seahawks when the Seahawks come into the league, but for now, run the Rams until then, just so you get more exposure to these old NFC West teams like the 49ers and Cardinals, and of course Rams. Billy Wade throws that one into the ground. It's better than throwing it to a Bronco, though. So the Broncos have scored the last 20 points in this one. And Billy Wade hits Morris before he turns around. The Bears are just off. Just completely off. 3rd and 10 now. Wade will hand off to Caceres, just basically conceding the punt, forcing the Broncos to use a timeout. And I guess the Bears are just trying to get into the locker room.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready.
Maybe I can make it to the locker room and yell at them and tell them to play the right way. I mean, of course you can. Oh, what is this punt? Tomfoolery by the Bears trying to cause the Broncos to fumble or something, but the Broncos play it smart, stay away, and it ends up being just a horrible punt. There definitely is wind. Well, once we get to 12 teams total, we won't be controlling any more than that, so no user is going to be controlling 4 teams or anything like that, but I think it is 76. That's when Tears 89 will switch from the Rams to the Seahawks. And then there's some other stuff going on when the Colts leave Baltimore and go to Indianapolis. Then Vinny's going to drop him because he has no desire to go to Indianapolis, and instead he'll come up to Green Bay so he can get beat twice a year by the Bears. I'm joking. At first it will be that way, though, or I assume that I will have the advantage, as 84, 85, 86, for a while the Packers are not very good and the Bears are amazing. But then, after I get the first 4 or 5 years of laughs, then it's going to be all Vinny. Once Brett Favre comes into the mix, then it's Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for about 3 frickin' decades. Now, personally, I haven't watched WWE in over 10 years. I have played one of the WWE games in less than that, maybe 5 or 7 years ago. But as I understand it, Vinny has all the old school wrestlers. I guess there's some sort of pack, or in some way he was able to download them all, so that could be exciting to see some of the old guys wrestle. Trying to figure out who got hurt there. There was another beautiful throw by Tripucka. It might be Frazier, as he got hit once, and on his way down got hit right in the lower back. But he seemed to pop up fine. We'll probably have to wait till the end of the game to find out who got hurt. There's Tripucka to Frazier again down to the 6-yard line. Broncos only have the 1 timeout left, so they're going to try to rush to the line. If the Bears have any chance, they have got to stop them to a field goal, or maybe hope the Broncos screw up the clock and don't get any points. If the Broncos put this in the end zone, it could be all over. Tripucka will throw it. He'll hit Probola for the touchdown. Tripucka is playing like a madman. Absolutely on target. The Bears are playing horrible on offense and defense. It is 26-3 Denver. I did not see this coming. I can't believe the Broncos. I know they're the home team, and that does a little bit, but they are destroying the Bears. I thought maybe they could keep it close and steal one, but no, that's not what's happening. Tripucka's throwing the ball with no fear. The line has done a great job of protecting him. A couple times Atkins has gotten through. One time he got there, but the other times Mingo and the other backs have picked him up. And it's just been a clinic of throwing the ball and pass protecting. The Bears have stopped the Broncos from running, but passing game has been amazing, and the Bears have just been completely out of it on offense, turning the ball over twice, hitting guys before they turn around. Billy Wade running is the only thing that's working, which is scary because he's going to get hurt. It's all Denver 27-3. Oh, that's true, Vinny. Yeah, it's you got to find something to talk about when the game's 27-3. So, and the Broncos are about to get the ball. So, with the semi-pro teams, oh well, first of all, Ryan, if this is your first game watching of Sack to the Future, some of the rule changes you may have noticed. The clock's at 8 minutes instead of 7, so it'll be 4 extra minutes of game action in every game. Also, this is all pro now instead of just pro, which has definitely shown itself as we are down. It's only at the end of week 4, we're down to just one of the human teams being undefeated. That's the Cleveland Browns, and they had a bye week, so they're only 3-0. So that's the best we got human-wise, is a 3-0 team instead of, you know, the last couple of years. In year 1, the Bears went to the playoffs before they had their first loss. Last year, the Oilers, I think, were up to 11-0 or so. But here, 3-0 is the best we got. We'll see how long the Browns can keep going. So it's all pro. We got more time on the clock now. 8 minutes per quarter. Shapuka's going for another screen pass to Mingo. And that screen pass has really hurt the Bears so far. But as far as Vinny's talking about the Easter eggs, that is with those semi-pro teams. The entire NFC South, the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Jaguars, all the teams that don't exist yet. He has went ahead when we were doing the rest of the league, naming and numbering. He decided to go ahead and name some of those guys. So not everybody on the team, but most, or at least some. Some teams have, you'll see it into the entire starting lineup. As Easter eggs. Other teams, there might be just a few here and there, but there's all kinds of Easter eggs. So even when we're playing semi-pro now, you might get some enjoyment in watching that, at least as we go through the lineups, and something might catch your eye or cause us to laugh as we're realizing, like, Bart Simpson is the starting tight end, for example. I know in one of the John M. games, he was playing against Barney Rubble. Oh, okay, so you did actually go back and do every single player. Well, you know in Sack to the Future that we had to put some Back to the Future names in there. The other thing about the 45 presidents is they're actually numbered correctly. So, for instance, Donald Trump is on the Saints as number 45. Don't know where George Washington is, but he's number 1. Billy Wade, for no reason, decides to throw off his back foot. There was no rush coming. And for no reason, instead of standing there and making a good throw, he jumped back 2 steps and then flung it off of his back foot just to be wildly inaccurate. And that's a terrific punt and good punt coverage. Finally, the Bears do something good. Frank Tripucka from the 1-yard line. Oh, Ryan, the other thing I wanted to mention is we're in week 5. So the Johnny O is going to be caught in the end zone for a safety. So the Bears, the perfect punt and punt coverage actually gets them 2 points. Maybe that'll knock them out of it, as their offense has been pathetic and their defense has been maybe worse. So the special team saves them. The Philadelphia Eagles, they were the week 1 bonus game. And then I think they played on the John M channel against the Giants. Then they've been in another bonus game or two, or maybe they played the Cowboys. Either way, the Philadelphia Eagles, you can view all 4 weeks of their season, even though they're a computer-controlled team. We have brought them all 4 times on one of the channels, so you'll see them 4 times already in the playlist. Now, of course, the 62 Eagles aren't good. They take a step down from the 60 or even 61 Eagles, but they are on the broadcast. 3 bonus games and against the Giants. Yep. And I can tell you they are not one of the undefeated teams, but they're also not one of the winless teams, so they will win, win and lose at least one of those games. No, they actually were broadcast eligible. Freaking A. The Hall of Fame offensive lineman is the one that jumped off false start. Makes it a 3rd and 10. Yeah, this week I went with the Lions and Vikings, and Vinny's going to bring the Raiders and Packers. So the Eagles will not be televised once, but they have been 4 times already, and they'll still play the Cowboys twice and the Giants once, so they're going to be on broadcast at minimum 7 times this year. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Bears have to play them too, so 8 times. Hand up to Gallimore. Well, he came in with like 460 yards in the first 4 weeks, but he has 18 here today. So that's definitely taken out of any kind of rushing title hopes that he had. Billy Wade will throw it to him. He makes a one-handed catch, but stepped out of bounds, so it doesn't count. Well, there you go. The Bills are, so the Eagles guaranteed to show half their games will be televised. Wade from the shotgun, steps up. He's going to run like a moron. And the Broncos of the AFL are giddy, just completely laughing at the NFL. Like, that's what you do? You run your quarterback? That's all you do? Freaking idiots.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
Well, I think the Jags are 3-1, so he might be a maroon. But he's 3-1, which is better than the Broncos are. But the Broncos are about to be 3-2, and so are the Bears. Well, with the Bears losing this game, that makes both bonus games completely intriguing, as the Bears will drop to 3-2. So the Packers, with a win over the Raiders, would go up to 3-2. And then when I bring the Vikings and Lions, both of those teams are 2-2. So the winner of that game will also join the tie for first in this division. The Broncos will go up to 3-2, which is good, I guess. But both the Chargers and Dallas Texans are 4-0 after 4 weeks. So I thought the NFC North might be the hardest division in football, but maybe it's the AFC West, or AFL West, if you will. At least the Raiders suck.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing.
There's a long punt. Morris gets it. Breaks 2 tackles.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense.
Oh my gosh, there's the Eagles getting thrashed by the Redskins, I guess. We're glad we didn't bring that one to TV. What was that, 38-7? Now the Redskins have the 1962 Sack to the Future best wide receiver so far has been Bobby Mitchell. Leads the league in receiving yards, and they're 38-7. The Redskins have definitely improved. Norm Snead, quarterback Bobby Mitchell, has opened all kinds of things up. All of a sudden now they can run, they can hit the short passes, all because Mitchell and his speed has caused problems for other defenses. Here's Billy Wade running around, decides to finally throw it, and throws it to no one. Chargers on their way to being 5-0. They're supposed to take a step down in 62, but even though they lost Jack Kemp, somebody forgot to tell them that they're supposed to suck. Billy Wade does throw it on the run to Gallimore, who gets the first down. It's a 22-point game. That's 3 scores. If they can score before the end of the third quarter, I guess maybe I can keep you guys watching.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of anything.
Hand up to Gallimore. Huge hole across the 30 down to the 25-yard line. And there's an injury. Huge run. Definitely Gallimore's best run of the day. The Bears all the way up to 150 total yards. Wade from the shotgun. Throws it on the money to Farrington. Down to the 6, and maybe the Bears are waking up. A couple nice plays in a row. Oh my God, all of a sudden it's 26-0 Chargers. I swear it just said 16-0. So 10 quick points, and the Chargers are all over the semi-pro team. Gallimore's hurt. I totally missed it. I mean, I saw injury, but I didn't think they ever showed who was hurt. Yeah, it was 13-0, then 16-0. Now it's 26-0. Chargers putting up points in bunches. And oh, there's Gallimore. I don't think it's Gallimore. Somebody was hurt, though. I did see the injury come up on Gallimore's last carry, unless he was just shaken up for one play. That would be nice because, again, the coming into this game, nobody's hurt on the Broncos, and the only Bear that's injured is Ed Obradovich, and he will be back next week. So if both teams could escape this game with no injuries, that would be very good. That's what I'm rooting for more than anything. Going into week 6 with both fully healthy Broncos and Bears would be very exciting. Third and goal now. Billy Wade and the Bears need to put this in the end zone. A field goal does nothing. Wade will throw it into the ground. 8 of 18. Fourth and goal. They are going to line up for the field goal, even though it effectively does nothing. They'll still need 3 touchdowns. That's correct. Jack Kemp and the Chargers were 2-0. Then Jack Kemp left the Chargers. The Chargers are still 2-0 without him, but Jack Kemp's 2-0 without them. So touche. Now the one thing Kemp's got going for him is the Kemp went to an 0-2 Bills team and has turned him into a 2-0 team. That's got to feel better, Vinny, when you're playing the game and Jack Kemp puts the ball where it's supposed to go instead of all the guys you had, Johnny Green. Although that is true, the Bills have been winning with their defense. Cookie hasn't really done what I thought he was going to do. I thought Cookie Gilchrist was going to be a big lift for you on the Bills, and he hasn't really done much. Kemp's still been pretty good. At least he's not throwing, 5 interceptions, which I think Johnny Green had a 5 interception game. Warren Rabb, I think, still leads the league in interceptions thrown, and he's only played 2 games. No, Wyatt Tittle, I think, leads the league in everything. All good and bad. Most touchdowns, most interceptions, most yards, most attempts, most games playing with a broken foot. Ryan, if you're unsure what that's about, you can check out the Week 3 game on the John M channel. Y.A. Tittle got hurt early, came back, then got hurt again. It was a broken foot. It says major injury, and then he's back next week to play the Lions. Absolutely astounding, the toughness of that guy.
And that one, I think maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as
Oh, was it the Eagles that broke his foot? So the Eagles break Y.A. Tittle's foot, and he doesn't care. He just plays the next week. So the Broncos failed to take any time off the clock. And, I mean, crazier things have happened. 27-8. The Bears do have good field position. Gallimore won't go anywhere, but he's up to 37 yards total. Maybe if the Bears hurry to the line, they can get a playoff and throw it to Iron Mike and see what happens. They do snap it. They'll give it to Gallimore. He runs straight into his lineman. And that's the end of 3 quarters. All right, 1 quarter to go. It's been all Broncos, 27-8. A stunning result. I fully expected the Bears to win this one. And it's not even close. Billy Wade from the shotgun trying to turn into a close game, but not with plays like that. He runs right into Lassiter. Something that a few years from now, a young Brett Favre might watch replays of this game and get ideas when he's playing against Michael Strahan. Billy Wade now throws it to Iron Mike Ditka and expects him to get 20 yards on his own, which he can't. And the Bears turn it over on downs. Ditka's 3rd catch. He has only 22 yards. Gallimore's been contained. Ditka has done pretty much nothing. Billy Wade has not done anything with his arm. Some things with his feet. On the other hand, Trapuka has been great, and the Broncos have been great at defense. And off to Johnny O, he's been the only running back of note for the Broncos. He has 9 carries for 24 yards. I mean, I know it's a blowout, but I don't know if we need to talk about teams' 3rd-string quarterbacks. There's a nice play by Trapuka, moving to his left, throws to Frazier, 16 of 23, 209 yards and 3 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. So the longer you've been following this channel, you'll know about Trapuka and his interceptions. He has none today. He actually had none in weeks 1 and 2, which are the 2 weeks that they won. Then he started throwing interceptions again and lost in weeks 3 and 4. But now he's back. So it's pretty simple with the Broncos. If Trapuka throws an interception, they lose. If he goes an entire game without an interception, they win. Play action pass. Trapuka fires deep. He's got Taylor inside the 10-yard line. That is true. The Bills have been busy this year. And it's working, though. They started off, got crushed in week 1. Lost again in week 2, but not as bad. Then they've won their last 2 games, so the moves are working. Mad scientist, Lou Saban. Putting a team together. I'll tell you what, he's put a hell of a defense together. Johnny O is going to get it into the end zone for the first rushing touchdown. And the Broncos take a 33-8 lead. 34-8. That's out of the back of the end zone. The Broncos are just fired up. You can see it. They're sprinting on and off the field, whereas Billy Wade comes slowly jogging. Gallimore claps. Everybody else just wants to go home. Billy Wade from the shotgun. See if he can throw it to Mike Ditka and get him some yards at least. He instead will throw to Caceres, and that works for a first down. Well, Billy Wade has gotten himself up to a 50% day, so it's not terrible for 62. Billy Wade from the shotgun. Spins, and then throws it to Caceres again.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle.
All right, here we go.
Tackle him after the catch, inbound.
Somebody, Lou Saban must finally be satisfied. That is good news for all of us, really you the most. But the less moves, the faster we can go from week to week. Again, I have a feeling week 5 is going to be very quick. Did you see that stat? The Denver Broncos, who I can't get any pass rush with, have 5 sacks. And the Bears, who have multiple Hall of Famers on defense, have 0. Oh, that's right. John Unitas is coming back. That makes that game even more intriguing. The 4-0 Dallas Texans against the 3-1 Baltimore Colts. And Lenny Dawson, who leads the league this year in passer rating, taking on Johnny Unitas. Great one himself. The Bears are just going to punt, and I'm glad because this thing's over. We don't need to turn it into a 50-point loss or anything. Green pops it straight up, and it doesn't work again. The Broncos smart enough to catch the ball instead of letting him hit the back of the helmet.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're opening their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points,
and off to Mingo. Hey, Ryan, if you're still listening, I don't know. I know you just said the notifications finally started working, so you might have missed earlier today. Classic era football had another game. The 1980 Atlanta Falcons took on the 1979 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so you can certainly find that on the Classic Era Football playlist on this channel. Yeah, so yes, the Colts have definitely been the better team every time they've played the Bills, and they've won every time. They're getting closer, though, because the Bills are getting better, and the Colts are actually dropping down a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. And then last year, when the Oilers played the Giants, although both teams are very good, I mean, the Oilers ended up getting into the Super Bowl. So I don't know. Either one of those. If the Giants would have won that game, I don't know if I would have called it an upset. But yeah, it wasn't an upset either way. Oilers did win that game. So actually the NFC, although they've won both Super Bowls, they have never won a user versus user simulation game. I mean, this is only the second one, but still. So hand off to Johnny O, and he is not lightning quick or anything, but he still finds a way to get like 12 yards. Two-minute warning. 34-8. Denver, definitely an upset, but it's hard to even think that they were the underdog because they have smashed the Bears. They've run it better, they've thrown it better, they've played better defense. And now, when I say they've run it better, I mean traditional running plays with Billy Wade scrambling yards. The Bears might actually have more rushing yards. And Mingo drills another one from beyond 50. 37-8. 8. Is there any way the Bears will just come out and kneel 3 times to get out of here? If they're going to waste our time and throw the ball around, they could at least throw it to Ditka. Billy Wade throws to Caceres, who's been his favorite guy the last couple drives. So at least Caceres is getting some receiving yards out of this. Billy Wade doing his best Kirk Cousins impersonation. Kirk Cousins, I've always believed, is a bad quarterback who gets a lot of stats in garbage time or when there's no pressure at all. And that's why I was extremely happy when the Vikings paid all that money thinking that he was their answer, and then they got worse. Bill Wade throws that towards the sidelines, and that's Iron Mike with a nice catch. Inches short of the first, but that was a nice catch, his 4th of the day. And now 3rd and inches, even though they'll snap the ball across the orange line. Wade fires to Ditka again, so Ditka up to 5 catches. 40-7 now, the Chargers lead the Jaguars. So it looks like the San Diego Chargers will be 5-0. What were they in real life? Like 3-11? 4-10, something like that. 5-0. Wade's all alone back there. He will step up and fire and hit Johnny Morris for a touchdown. So some garbage time stats there, trying to make Billy Wade feel a little bit better about himself, which is good because I need him to be feeling good about himself the rest of this year. And the Bears will make the game look a little closer, 37-15. Still doesn't look too close, but better than it was. And now we're going to hopefully see some kneel downs. Lionel Taylor going to return one. Not bad. Up to the 36. So the Broncos come out. They're going to kneel a couple times. Now again, the confirmed times for more Sack to the Future action is Tuesday, both morning and night on the Vinny X Wolf channel, and then Wednesday night on the Vinny X Wolf channel. There will also be a game on the Tears 89 channel. I have no idea what day or time that will be, and another one will appear on the John M channel. I assume both of those will be no later than Wednesday. Then the bonus game here, Detroit and Minnesota, will be possibly tomorrow night. If that doesn't work out, it'll definitely be on Tuesday night. So I think that week 5 will be coming at you fast and furious and be over by Wednesday night is my guess. Unless one of the things happens on the John M or Tears 89 channel and they're unable to bring you their game, then it may extend past Wednesday. But this is the good start if you're a Bronco fan, terrible start if you're a Bear fan like I am. Broncos destroy the Bears 37-15 to open week number 5. Ryan, glad the notifications worked. Vinny, thanks for joining. Anyone else who checks this out either now when I missed you or on replay, thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.